Hey y'all, welcome to Great Grief. I'm Nina Freelon. So glad to be with you and welcome to season 3 of Great Grief, the podcast. I don't know why, but I'm feeling so sad. I long to try something I've never had. Widow in the Window. Now, this is a really short story, and it's a really, really true story. Here we go. We are nearing the end of the Q&A session. I mentioned that there is only time for one more question. A gentleman raises his hand saying, "I do not have a question for you." His voice holds accents of salt and vinegar with a hint of continental Africa. "My name," he smiled, "is Kwesi." "Ah, yes," I mused. "Ghana, perhaps?" His smile widened as he announced to the room full of strangers that he had just made 75 years and was recently retired. Now, I thought about the supreme blessing of being able to say, made 75 years and retired in the same breath. His gaze embraced the room. We were all balanced on the wingspan of his attention. Still smiling, he said, "You asked us to ponder other words besides widow to describe yourself. Now, I don't remember having said ponder, but somehow his putting it that way made me feel like there was no verb better suited to the task. And so, yes, I nodded, answering a question he didn't actually pose. I'd shared with the audience part of my story, that my husband Phil had died, and I, who used to be his wife, was unwillingly renamed widow. Now, no one told me that my husband's death meant that widow would follow, pressing her name on every signature line. I longed for a different word, something outside of language, something perhaps that felt good in my mouth. A word free of custody disputes and naming rights. Something that I could easily pronounce. And now, Kwesi, the unlikely stranger with the raised hand. Kwesi, who had made 75 years and recently retired, was generously offering a key to the myth of word scarcity. Could there be more compassionate language to identify the tribe of women of which I was now a member? Did my personal disclaimer also block me from empathy with my soul sisters who live on the other side of their mate's death? Something in my spirit whispered that my outright rejection of the word widow was more than it appeared to be. My tattered heart knew the truth. I longed for a word that honored the ways in which I continue to love myself without Phil through time. Kwesi raised his hand in generosity and love. Somehow I knew his offering would be soul medicine. Oracles are symbolic, the stuff of dreams and meditative states. They are rarely straightforward, self-explanatory, plain. They ask the logical mind to surrender in favor of a different kind of knowing, an intuitive understanding, an intuitive landscape of truths. And I was ready for it, for Kwesi to share the mysterious answer within a question that was not an answer. I was prepared for the symbolism whose shrouded meanings had to be shaken from the logical mind, from the logical apparatus of thought. I was there for all of it. And then Kwesi smiled, saying simply, "You are not widow. You are window." The room collapsed in dark fire. Something essential arriving on the intonation. I felt the breath of the window woman, releasing her fragrant, elegant solo. She, being the window, is the portal spanning the seen and the unseen. She is light and love made window, white, free of shame and fear. Love memories spilling through her crystalline panes, elaborate, beautifully crafted, stained glass, window forged of memory, ashes and dust, and smelted in the fires of yearning. Behold, she is the sacred soul story window of belonging. Hers are double hung reflections of the divine imagination. She is crazed glass, this window woman, singing her own name while feasting on the light. Thank you, Kwesi, of 75 years. Thank you. Thank you for listening to Great Grief, the podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave me a little note, share this with your friends. We just appreciate you so much. Great Grief, Nina Freelon. But I'm feeling so sad. I long to try